Yes, guys, welcome back to the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand. Right, we are here, myself and Minna. Good to have you on the channel. Right, the last time
debut.
She was on. Oh, did you come on the
Nah.
Kop TV that time?
No,
last time I did a video with her, we won 7-0. And right now, you're gonna say, "Why are you in United View studio?" Well, guess what? We're playing away, so I've sneaked through the back door, infiltrated the studio.
Security.
Right. Is there any leaks in the roof? Is there a 3-star hygiene rating? Is there rats running around? Should I
Hope
bring
not.
a Parker to check for water leaks? But anyway, good to have you on. How are you?
Thank you guys for having me on. I'm honoured, absolutely
be.
honoured to be here on the Kop TV. Of
Big
course,
up.
we know what the result's going to be on Sunday.
Oh, so brilliant. This is what we want. So just before we started filming, Minna said, because she give it the big one on the United View, if you want to go watch that video with me and her, do it. But just before we started, she goes, right, this is where I say, right, we'll get a draw. She's come with chest in the first minute of the show. So
couldn't contain
perfect.
myself. I couldn't do it.
Gas
I
her up.
tried.
Let's go. What else? How many goals?
No. Let's start with. Let's keep it humble first. Let's keep it humble.
Let's go professional.
Let's professional and then we go reckless.
Yeah, yeah.
Word to KG.
Oh yeah. By the way, Flex KG, I'm here, mate.
Guys, where are you lot?
What are you gonna do
making.
about
I
it? I'm
can't
in
dash
your
him out.
studio.
He's bigger than me,
I'm big.
taller than me. I can't throw him out of it.
6'3", mate. Yeah, almost Virgil's height. What are you going to do, boys? I am here. Can't see him nowhere, mate. I've got my thumbnail up in your studio, yeah? Just like we're going to be doing on Sunday, hopefully. Touch wood. Anyway, professional ones.
Let's start with Ten Hag and Slot.
If you want. Ten Hag and Slot.
Take it back to what? Feyenoord and Ajax.
Let's do it, man. Eredivisie settings.
Who ran the division there? Who dominated there? Now, I'm not saying it's going to be exactly the same here in the Premier League because
Eric Ten Hag, 7-0,
Eric Ten Hag has a 2-year head start to Slot, right?
Yeah, so let's see what Slot can do.
But I think this is a big test for Slot, not in the way that it is do or...
First huge test.
Huge test.
Huge.
Yeah, it's not do or die, but I think it'll make a statement. Not only if he comes away with 3 points, but even if he comes away with a point in a manner that embarrasses Manchester United. I'll be real. Because United's coming off of a loss already. You lot coming off of 2 wins. Drawing your third game is not as bad as if United only got 4 points in their first 3 games. Especially given how much money Manchester United have spent in the window as well.
A lot. Can you remind us?
We've spent nearly 200 million. I'm not going to do what major platforms do and put the add-ons in. So I'm going to say nearly 200 million. But with add-ons, obviously, it's probably more than that. And you guys have spent what? 30 million euros on someone you got now and someone
10.7 on Chiesa,
and then
with 2.5 add-ons if we win the Prem or Champions League, and then 25, but for next year.
For next year. So, and obviously this is before transfer deadline.
I would have liked. Don't get me wrong. I'm not bragging about that. It's
no, but I'm saying it's like
I would have liked us to have spent 50 more probably on a CDM.
But Slot is starting the game at Old Trafford, possibly with one new player from last season. Eric Ten Hag has already got rid of about half of the players that he won the Carabao Cup with. Nearly half of that squad is gone already. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Weghorst, McTominay, etc., etc. So I think, although we're saying it's Slot's first huge test, I think this is a big statement game for Eric Ten Hag. For me, it is.
If he loses, I can't lie, the pressure
gets worse
immediately. And obviously, you know, he has lost 7-0, 4-0 to us in the past. Or maybe the 4-0 might have been Ollie.
That wasn't him, that was Ollie, yeah.
But the 7-0, everyone thought, and a lot of United fans said he should have been sacked that night, kind of on the spot.
Because that's never happened before.
So there's ways of losing. If it's a last-minute winner, there's no way any pressure really grows on him massively.
Yeah.
But if we come and take the piss, I reckon that Ineos might act fast because they've already made it very clear to him. We've had a little look round to see if there's anyone better than you. They're all busy, so you've got it by default. So that can't instill a lot of confidence in a manager, you know.
No, but I think he's got a lot of confidence in 2 ways. But again, I think maybe in a manner it might not, because he wanted to keep Scott McTominay, and Ineos were insistent. Wilcox, Barada, etc. were insistent on signing Ugarte. I think that is a statement that says to Eric Ten Hag, this ain't your project, it's ours, and you're just leading it.
Yeah.
And I think if he looks at it in that manner, maybe walking away to a last-minute loss is not as bad as if he thinks this is my project, this is my team, it's my squad. Because at the end of the day, I don't think it is. We've been told it's a project. It's going to take a couple of years to kind of get back to that level that Man United was at back under Sir Alex Ferguson.
Couple years?
But if you are kind of taking one step forward and taking 3 steps back every season, you're just going to end up back at the Moyes and the Van Haal's.
What do you reckon of our start then? 2 clean sheets, 2 wins, 6 points.
I think it's good. I think you lot have had a good start for a team that obviously haven't spent a lot of money. Like I said, Slot has just started off with the same team.
Slotted in, hasn't he?
No pun intended.
No pun intended.
The pun intended, no pun intended. He just slotted in.
Yeah.
And I think that's very important when you talk about a manager versus a coach, because clearly he's getting something out of players that were there last season that he's had, a pre-season with? He ain't had a long kind of stamp on the team. And obviously you've got quality in players. You've got Mohamed Salah, you've got Virgil van Dijk, you've got Alisson, you've got Trent, you've got all these very good players that have now got a good coach that kind of he's stamping his mark on the team. But I do look at some places and I think, I think with Jota, if he stays fit, he's giving you the best part of double-digit goals. He had like how many goals last season? 10 or something in the Prem?
10 and 20.
And he was injured quite a bit.
He needs
to stop taking esports so seriously.
But I don't think he's getting injured from esports.
No. But that is maybe Ultimate Team is keeping him up at night, and that. Wow. I wouldn't blame him.
I think Chiesa's a bit of a FC 24 player.
They can play it together. There you go. But that's the only part that kind of worries me. Like that
only part. So
no,
you're
one
not
of the
worried
parts
at all about the 6 attackers that we've got.
I told you already, but on United View we spoke about it. I said Mohamed Salah is always a threat, whether he's got hair or he doesn't.
Whoa.
Whether he's fully fit or he's not. Look at him with
his.
He's got a serious trim.
Yeah,
people saying he came back from Turkey. I don't know if that's true.
No, he did. Yeah, he did.
But Mohamed Salah threatened by Jota, threatened by Nunes is always kind of hit and miss. One thing I cannot take, guys. I can take any of them scoring. I can't take Nunes scoring against United.
If he scores the winner,
I can't take it. I can't.
Yeah, I'm going to be unbearable, more unbearable than I already am. So he spoke about United. He spoke about Liverpool. In terms of a lineup prediction for us guys, let's get into that. Alisson in goal. Konate was an absolute man mountain against Brentford the other day. He stays in with Virgil. It's Trent and Robbo, standard. It's quite obvious at this point, 3 games in. I mean, we know our style, our identity 3 games in. They're still waiting 2.5 years later for one. But in the midfield, it's no surprise he will go for Gravenberch and McAllister in kind of that. They're almost both like floating 6s that turn into 8s that, can get back and get forward. So Szoboszlai in front of them, who played really well against Brentford. He'll be in the team. Again, the pace on him, when the 3 forwards really go for it and counter, he's there with them as well, cutting it back, making clever runs to create space, running through the lines, quick feet passes. So he's going to have a massive season. I'd love to. I mean, Harvey scored in the last time we came here. Curtis obviously has a scouser, he might come on. But the good thing about our midfield is if the legs go, we can bring on Endo, we can bring on Harvey, Curtis as well. So as much as we still do need a defensive midfielder, we still do have options, to be honest. And then it's going to be Mohamed Salah, it's going to be Diogo Jota and Luis Diaz, and then from the bench, Gakpo, Nunez, Chiesa.
That's a serious bench.
Gomez, Endo, Harvey, Curtis, Tsimikas, Kelleher. That's mental. That could actually be our strongest ever, in terms
bench.
Of both names and actual experience in winning stuff for Liverpool and the bench. That could be on paper our strongest ever squad.
You know who I think is the biggest, who would be the game changer for you guys if you're trying to break United down? I think it's Harvey. I think Harvey Elliott would be the game changer. On the right-hand side with Trent and Salah.
I love that kid.
He's, I ain't going to give him too much prop.
Yeah,
Let me not give him too much prop.
He's there ready to come off the bench. Last season he made so much impact off the bench, scoring, assisting. But
if you think about United starting 11, I think United could go.
Let me try and guess
yours.
Yeah? Onana.
Yeah.
Right back Dallo.
Mazraoui.
Hopefully it's Maguire.
Hell no, I hope it's not. But it possibly could.
Martinez.
De Ligt and Martinez is my preference, but he hasn't had a pre-season.
Would you chuck in De Ligt like that in this game?
That's the thing. I think he's been eased in. First 2 games, he's been coming on 10-ish minutes, and he hasn't had a pre-season, so he's not match fit. My preference would have been for him to play last week against Brighton, even if it's 60, 65 minutes, just to get some legs in him for this game. But it's a big kind of statement.
He'll go with Maguire,
I think he will. I think he'll go for what's comfortable, what's familiar. That's why it's scary.
Yeah.
Jota versus Maguire,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
scares
I'm
me a
on
little
that,
bit.
I'm
And we
on
play a lot deeper
And then
with Harry Maguire.
Kobe, Bruno, you'll play Casemiro.
It'll be
won't
Cas,
you?
yeah, I think it'll be Cas.
And then Rashford, I think he'll go with Rashford. Xerxes, or who's starting up front?
Nah, because he's been doing Mount false
Højlund's
9 the
injured.
last couple of games.
Mount's out.
Oh yeah, he's injured apparently.
So
well,
it will be
it'll probably be Xerxes
and then
and
Ahmad. And then Bruno.
And Bruno in the 10.
Cool.
That Xerxes kind of, one thing I'm looking forward to, guys, and look out for it, is Xerxes kind of dropping deep, and let's see Konate or Van Dijk or who kind of follows him out to create space for the wingers. With Bruno there and Kobe there.
Yeah, you've got McAllister there.
That's a quite
got
minimal players
Dominic.
for a lot of players.
That's a man. No,
Could be
seriously,
interesting.
that's the professional talk out of the way. Now we can get into the score predictions, people.
I know you're going to say something.
Like I said
wild.
on DR, there's no other way I can say it. And we can all be confident that our teams are going to win, but at the end of the day, it's the hardest game to predict in English football history. It's like the Classico, it's like the Milan derby. You know, the teams are so close historically that even though we are the most successful club in this country, they're so close historically that you can never call it easily. Form goes out the window, all them cliches. 2-1 Liverpool, I think, I hope. It could be 3-1, could be 4-1, could be
1-1
to you.
It could go anyway.
1-1.
It could be 0-0, guys.
It's definitely
Super
not gonna be
Sunday.
0-0.
It could be a dead Super
I'm
Sunday
fed up of
game.
these
0-0.
nil-nils. The most entertaining game, I think, to watch now these days is maybe Tottenham-Arsenal. Liverpool-Arsenal down the years has had some great ones. Liverpool-City has had great ones. And this one has failed to live up to its name
I feel like it's
sometimes.
just because United's been on this slope.
But there's been a lot of nil-nils.
But in recent,
up.
last season, I enjoyed all the
Yeah.
United-Liverpool games.
Yeah,
I enjoyed them.
But listen, this is the time. This is the time, Arne Slot, to win. This is the time to go to Old Trafford for the first time in 3 years and win. This is the time to send a message to the rest of the league by winning. This is the time to make it 3 out of 3. Clean sheet would be nice as well. But listen, thanks for coming on, Minna. I appreciate it.
Thank you. You sound like you're going to a war. I can't lie.
I'm
But this
ready.
fixture is
We're
a
gonna
war.
be
It's
in
a
Box Park,
battle.
Liverpool, right? So
It's
if
a
you are in the
battle.
area, make sure you get down. I mean, tickets might have already sold out, I'll be honest with you, but I think they are doing some walk-ins. But get there early is my advice. It's going to be going off in there on Saturday. I can't wait. We're going to be there doing fan cams, match day vlog, and we're going to film hot topics from there, myself and Doyle. Scouse GK is going to be there. Mario's going to be there. The whole crew. So look forward to it and come if you can. And then listen, this time Monday, well actually no, not, well probably this time Monday or Sunday, sorry, there is going to be no places to hide. She's confident, probably wrongly, and I am quietly confident of trying to
You're trying to keep it
ruin the
humble.
day.
Why are you trying to keep it humble?
But listen, no leaks in the ceiling.
All right, now's the time to call security. Security, get this guy out. Get this guy out of our studio.
Moving me. I'm in the away end, in front of the Stretford end here, doing what I want.
You're not welcome here. The audience is, but you ain't.
Well, that's impossible.
On your bike, mate.
Oh dear.
There you go.
Anyway, right, we'll finish it there. Take care, like the video, comment, go and watch the video we've done on United View, and we'll see you soon.